Now, Moscow says limited UN Security Council action on Syria could bring, quote, good results in helping stop the ongoing violence in the country. But Russia's UN envoy Vitaly Churkin warns that any measures must be restricted to solving and not aggravating the conflict. Well, the Security Council has held a closed emergency session on Syria amid reports government forces there killed over 100 protesters on Sunday. Moscow has already issued its strongest condemnation of the violence yet, calling on both sides of the conflict to refrain from using force. Well, Russia has been cautious about international action on Syria, fearing a repeat of what it calls the violation of the UN mandate on Libya. Well, on Monday, the EU slapped a fresh round of sanctions on Damascus. Washington's also calling for action against President Bashar al-Assad's regime. Well, a former Pentagon officer believes Moscow's worries are well warranted because Syria is a clear target for regime change.
This opposition seems to be more cultivated from outside, and I think that is one of the problems that Assad is facing. It's not just internal unrest, although he's promised reforms, but you have a concerted effort by forces outside of Syria to topple that regime. I think it's a combination of the United States, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. They see in Assad ultimately his an alliance with Iran. Iran to them is the big problem. They see the spread of Iran in traditionally the Arab world, and Iran has scored heavily not only in Iraq but also in Lebanon, and Iran has made it very clear that it's going to support Assad. There's a lot more at stake with Syria. Given Iran's relationship, we've looked upon Bahrain, for example, as basically a proxy war between Saudi Arabia and Iran. And I think you might say the same thing is actually occurring right now in Syria, but no one's going to say that openly.